A distillery in York is looking to expand once again after their initial plans were stopped because of town concerns that they were spreading whiskey fungus to neighboring properties.
Connor Clement has more on a new plan the distillery hopes will be approved.
In September, the York Planning Board voted down a proposal by Wiggly Bridge Distillery to expand their operation after studies showed that they were to blame for the spread of whiskey fungus. Instead of appealing that decision, the distillery is proposing what they call a best foot forward approach.
I do not believe we are doing anything detrimental.
Wiggly Bridge Distillery has wanted to build 2 new rick houses on their property for nearly 2 years. David Woods, who co-founded the distillery with his son, says he needs the space to earn a profit.
Right now we're storing our brand new barrels out in the weather.
A new proposal would see a kitchen added onto the tasting room and only 1 rick house would be built instead of 2. Neighbors who live behind the distillery were critical over initial proposed expansion because they felt the distillery was responsible for whiskey fungus growing on their homes, and expansion would only make it worse.
Saying that we are in it for the profit only, that we're putting profit over people, that's just not true.
York's planning board voted 4-1 in favor of nixing the expansion after a study was done by the town that they believe showed the distillery was to blame for the spread of the whiskey fungus. Wiggly Bridge refutes those findings and conducted a study of their own to show otherwise.
The argument that anybody else could be contributing to the Baudoinia or whiskey fungus that's literally around their distillery and barrel house and beyond their property lines is pretty ludicrous.
Adam Flaherty is one of the York residents who lives in a neighborhood close to the distillery. Flaherty opposed the initial expansion plan and says he'll oppose this one as well.
All of us are mostly concerned about protecting our property values.
Wiggly Bridge expects pushback with a new proposal, but are hopeful for a positive resolution.
We want to work with them. We don't want problems. We live and work in this town as well.
I'm praying that this new submission, scaled 50% down, will be approved.
Wood says they were hoping to bring their expansion plan before the York Planning Board this month, but he says at this point it's likely they won't hear anything until March. Reporting in York, Connor Clement, Maine's Total Coverage.